Good day everyone, I am Rosielyn Catabay.
I'm Kyla Guarin, and this is our report.
Our topic is all about the site of the first Mass in the Philippines. This is one of the most important past events that happened in our Philippine history. However, this became one of the most controversy in Philippine history because a lot of people and groups have different arguments and claims about the official site of the first Mass in our country.
It is very important for us to know where the site of the first Mass was conducted because through this, we can see that the significance and learn to appreciate the first Holy Mass that marked the birth of the Roman Catholicism in the Philippines. Also, as the citizen of our country, it is our privilege to know about it because that event paved the way to spread of the Christianity not only in our country but in Asia.
So let us now proceed. The first recorded Christian Mass or documented Catholic Mass in the Philippines was held on March 31, 1521, Easter Sunday. It was conducted by Father Pedro de Valderrama of Ferdinand Magellan's expedition along the shores of what was referred to in the journals of Antonio Pigafetta as Mazawa. Mazawa is universally believed to be Limasawa, an island in Leyte. How come this place discovered?
It was all started when Ferdinand Magellan and his European crew sailed from Sanlúcar de Barrameda for an expedition to search for species. These explorers landed on the Philippines after their voyage from other proximate areas. On March 28, 1521, while at sea, they saw a bonfire which turned into the Mazawa. They believed that today's Limasawa, where they anchored. And that's where they held the first Mass in the Philippines, the official site of Catholic Mass in our country.
Here are some of the evidence that proves why Limasawa or Mazawa, an island in Leyte, was the actual site of the Philippine First Mass. First, Jaime de Vera, the former governor of Leyte, stated that the first Mass was celebrated in Limasawa. Second is the Philippine government recognized it as the actual site of the first Mass. And according to Roman Catholic Church, they also recognized Limasawa Island as the site where Magellan and his crew landed and held the first Mass for Catholicism. And most of all, the two identical accounts report this event by eyewitness of Antonio Pigafetta, the recorder of Magellan's expedition, and Antonio de Herrera y Tordesillas.
However, for the past centuries, innumerable numbers of Filipinos, including the top experts in education, history, religion, politics, and other subjects, are still debating as to the exact location of the first Mass. So here are some arguments that invalidates Limasawa as the site of the first Mass. Historian Sonia Saidi identified Masao, or also known as Mazawa, in Butuan City as the location of the first Mass. Her basis is the diary of Antonio Pigafetta, Chronicle of Magellan's Voyage. Pigafetta's journal is the most detailed and only surviving accounts of the first Mass in the Philippines. But there are different interpretations of his account on where exactly the location is. That's why Sonia Zaidi claimed that Masao in Butuan City is also called as Mazawa. She believes that this place is the actual site that Pigafetta was referring to in his journal. Also, historically and politically, the people from Butuan City supported this claim to make the place popular.
Also, Homonhon Island, Eastern Samar. Some of the people claim that it was conducted in Homonhon Island, Eastern Samar, because Magellan and his sailor held the first Mass to thank God for their safe trip. Homonhon Island was the first landing place of Ferdinand Magellan. The proponents of this believed that Magellan and his fellow sailors must have some kind of religious festivity shortly after they landed on the island. Magellan's troop had a terrible experience after they landed in Guam, which they called an island of thieves. So, according to the group supporting the first Mass in Homonhon, Magellan and his sailors had a Mass in the island to thank God for their safe trip from Guam and the vast of Pacific Ocean.
So lastly, Mahaba Island in Surigao del Norte, another group of people in Northeast Mindanao claimed that Magellan's expedition had the first mass in Mahaba Island. It was recorded when he was nearing the shore of Mindanao. Magellan saw lights which he avoided and sailed near an island, Masava, now marked on maps as Mahaba Island. In Mahaba Island, people also assumed that this is the place where first mass was held. Masava means light, and Mahaba Island, also known as Masava, so the people in Mindanao thought that their place is one that Pigafetta was referring in his journal. To end the conflict about this issue of the first mass, the National Historical Commission of the Philippines panel adopted the recommendation and agreed that the evidence and arguments presented by the pro Butuan advocates are not sufficient and convincing enough to warrant the repeal or reversal of the ruling on the case by the National Historical Institute.
The issue reached the Congress, which in 1996 directed the National Historical Institute to recommend a historical finding. The panel was composed of several historians, some of which are professors in UP Diliman, Department of History. The panel and the NHI reaffirmed in 1998 that the place is in Limasawa. Metro Manila, the National Historical Commission of the Philippines, sustained findings that the Limasawa Island in southern Leyte as the site of the 1521 Eastern Sunday Mass, the first Catholic in the country. But the controversy is still alive until today.
That's all for our report. Thank you.